They stepped up for each other, and Canada has never been so strong and together as we are. We stayed focused on following the science, on promoting public health rules, and Canadians stepped up in their communities. They stepped up for their frontline health workers. They stepped up for each other, and Canada has never been so strong and together as we are. We stayed focused on following the science, on promoting public health rules, and Canadians stepped up in their communities. They stepped up for their frontline health workers. They stepped up for each other, and Canada has never been so strong and together as we are. We stayed focused on following the science, on promoting public health rules, and Canadians stepped up in their communities. They stepped up for their frontline health workers. They stepped up for each other, and Canada has never been so strong and together as we are. We stayed focused on following the science, on promoting public health rules, and Canadians stepped up in their communities. They stepped up for their frontline health workers. They stepped up for each other, and Canada has never been so strong and together as we are. We stayed focused on following the science, on promoting public health rules, and Canadians stepped up in their communities. They stepped up for their frontline health workers. They stepped up for each other, and Canada has never been so strong and together as we are. We stayed focused on following the science, on promoting public health rules, and Canadians stepped up in their communities. They stepped up for their frontline health workers. They stepped up for each other, and Canada has never been so strong and together as we are. We stayed focused on following the science, on promoting public health rules, and Canadians stepped up in their communities. They stepped up for their frontline health workers. They stepped up for each other, and Canada has never been so strong and together as we are. We stayed focused on following the science, on promoting public health rules, and Canadians stepped up in their communities. They stepped up for their frontline health workers. They stepped up for each other, and Canada has never been so strong and together as we are. We stayed focused on following the science, on promoting public health rules, and Canadians stepped up in their communities. They stepped up for their frontline health workers. They stepped up for each other, and Canada has never been so strong and together as we are. We stayed focused on following the science, on promoting public health rules, and Canadians stepped up in their communities. They stepped up for their frontline health workers. They stepped up for each other, and Canada has never been so strong and together as we are now. We stayed focused on following the science, on promoting public health rules, and Canadians stepped up in their communities. They stepped up for their frontline health workers. They stepped up for each other, and Canada has never been so strong and together as we are. We stayed focused on following the science, on promoting public health rules.
This is happening right now, so it's not looking that funny anymore. It's looking like, oh dear. I hope the people in Canada have guns with them. That's all I can say. But no, that's happening. So, how's everybody been doing this week? Have you all been keeping up to speed of all the ridiculous shit that's been going on? Like, where's... Oh yeah, I had that one video that I've just done about Joe Biden's... I don't know if you've watched that new video, but Joe Biden's new hire. Let me just put him on the screen. I'm just going to find him again. Where is he? I've got a new picture of him now. Where is he? Here he is. This man works for the American government. Who the fuck thought that was a good idea to hire this? Why? You know, like... But yeah, yeah, I did see the massive protest in Australia. I've got a video of it somewhere. I was going to show that after I'd shown the Canada stuff going on. But this guy just, I mean, he's not really that important. It doesn't really matter, but it's still funny. It's still fucking funny. Like, yeah, he is looking slick, isn't he? This is the modern left. This is exactly how you would subvert democracy and bring in a communist regime. This is exactly how you would do it. You would make the left look this retarded, and then you would go, and you would have the entire population screaming for the right wing to come in and kill them all. I mean, I'm not the conspiracy theorist, but this is exactly how it would be done. You would make one side look so degenerate and stupid, everybody normal will be screaming for authoritarianism against these people, and then once that happens, oh, you're in amongst the communist regime. Erin O'Toole, is he the Conservative leader? I'm not too sure. I don't know the names, Blaster, too much. Is he the Conservative leader of Canada? As far as I know, they're totally irrelevant, aren't they? They don't. I don't really know how Canada's government works. It seems to be like a cross between England's and America's, and it doesn't seem to make a lot of sense. Well, yeah. Anyway, let's say we've had enough of looking at this totally mentally stable individual. Yep, exactly. It is just a spoiler alert now. So what was I going to show you? It's like, I was going to show you some of the more fun things. Like this guy, Mackenzie Gray, he's been absolutely, he just sieves. You should follow him because he's like a reporter who just sieves, like quietly sieves about the protesters. But they've been having great fun. So this was today anyway. So like they're having great fun. But this was before they started bringing in the military. It's pretty funny that like they're able to organize all these concerts and stuff like that. I don't know how they're quite doing it. Canada has no voters' college. The three big cities decide. Oh, okay. How does the parliament work? Because they've got a prime minister, but it seems... I don't know, looking at it, it's like they have a prime minister like the UK, but it seems more like Congress. Do you have MPs or do you have senators? I don't quite understand what's going on there. But what was I looking for there? There's plenty of stuff. Oh yeah, and this is happening at that bridge, at that border blockade. They're gearing up to they are gearing up to murder these people. Right? There's going to be a lot of murders, I think, over the weekend. Yeah, so they're definitely on their way to killing them. Which I think they're going to do. Well, at least a few of them. Oh, I've got some good little NPC people as well. But before we do that, they are winning at the same time. This is Scott Moe. I don't know who he is. I know he's Premier of Sasquatchin and the leader of the Sas Party. I don't know what that means. I'm assuming he's important because he's released this statement. To those who have had their voices heard at the Sasquatch and border crossings, your Sasquatch government has heard and understands your concerns. We are removing all remaining provincial COVID-19 mandates by the end of this month and have called on the federal government to release a plan doing the same. And then it goes on and on and on. So have your voice heard, honk, cheer and horns on and stand up for what you believe. But as you stand up for your rights and freedoms, do so in a way that respects the rights and freedoms of others. Well, no, that's not really the point, is it? But they're winning. Is this a big win to anybody who's in Canada? I don't know what Sasquatching means. It's not something that's mentioned in the mainstream media. Yeah, it's Tiananmen Square too, yeah, and there's a Chinese woman. Because obviously they're all white supremacists, aren't they? And in Canada, like, they're all rampant white supremacists. But here's a Chinese woman.
Remember, 1989.
Tiananmen Square, 1989.
Yes, the Tiananmen Square.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people there. Lots of students there.
Come to Canada for freedom, and this is what you do to them.
I'm moving to Canada. I want to Canada.
Not anymore. They don't deserve the respect.
All of these police people should be ashamed of themselves. Unbelievable. But then again, you can see how Germany happened, can't you? It's just doing my job, ma'am. I've just got to kill everyone. I'm just my job. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so AWOL's come back to me. So members of the Legislative Assembly and national members of Parliament is provincial, right? And Quebec is only province with federal seats and can change our constitution. Okay, that doesn't... So Saskatchewan is a province. Is a province a state? Because they say it's province, are they states? I don't... Canada is... I was going to say Canada is like a foreign country, but... Well, it is, but... It's like such a weird cross between England and America, and it blends both the countries together to the point where anybody looking in thinks from England goes, that doesn't make any sense. And that's just following orders. Exactly. Just following orders, ma'am. I only had to shoot your husband 4 times just because Justin Trudeau told me to, ma'am. Don't blame me. So province is a state, right? Okay. Alright, I get you then. Because it's a terminology that's confusing me, because you're like, what is this? Where was I gonna... There is something else that I wanted to shoot. But it's the... Hold on. Where is it? Oh, yeah. And you know where Trudeau's been saying loads of mad shit about, you know, they're all racist. It's like they're not standing up for us. They don't represent Canada. Let's listen to Trudeau here.
Individuals are trying to blockade our economy, our democracy,
Well, you've been doing that for 2 years.
and our fellow citizens' daily lives.
You've been doing that for 2 years.
It has to stop.
Why won't you stop?
Individuals
So that might be a good point, right? But like he's been doing it for 2 years, and why would a group of people feel so marginalized and like this as though it's never going to end, and he's relentlessly bullying them, and they have to make a point? Would you I mean, Justin Trudeau's like totally blameless, isn't he? He's like perfect. He's Fidel Castro's son, for fuck's sake. Oh yeah. And by the way, about that, Fidel Castro's son. Twitter, people fact checked that. Where are we? Look here. Twitter had to fact check that Justin Trudeau is the son of former Prime Minister Pierre Trudeau and Margaret Trudeau. So now we all know that he is absolutely 100% Fidel Castro's son. Because when a fact checker gets involved, it's the opposite is true. So, all hail little Fidel. But then, like, back to that, it's like he's been perfect, hasn't he? There's no reason for all these honking people to be doing this. Or shall we listen to even Bill Maher is turning against him? Right, actually, he's been turning against everybody recently because he's realised the grift is over. So he needs to get more viewers on side. But let's listen to Bill Maher talk about Justin Trudeau.
To read what he said, this is a couple of weeks ago, he was, or maybe this is September, but he was talking about people who are not vaccinated. He said they don't believe in science. They're often misogynistic, often racist. No, they're not.
That was not smart of him at all.
Right. He said, but they take up space. And with that, we have to make a choice in terms of a leader as a country. Do we tolerate these people? It's like, tolerate them. Now you do sound like Hitler.
That's
Justin Trudeau just openly saying he wants to kill all the truckers. So, I don't know. Why would they be protesting against him? I'm not sure. You make your choice.
And recently he talked about them holding unacceptable views.
I'm surprised to hear that Trudeau said those things.
You didn't see the blackface? I mean, he's no, I'm kidding about it. I'm not. I mean, that was not a good look for him.
No,
but I mean, come on. I mean, that's I think what gets under people's skin.
So even when a leftist like this, Bill Maher, is actually calling people out. It's like the meme. And suddenly, for no reason at all, like, there is no Claire Goodyear update. She's in jail. Tucker Carlson tends to go pretty hard against him, but you expect that, but you don't expect this man made out of soy to be doing it, do you? He's been saying it out loud for 2 years. He's been saying all of this out loud for 2 years. And then he's suddenly surprised that people are going, we don't like you very much. But yeah, to whoever was saying here, this is inspired by Canada. This is Australia today.
Beautiful.
So yeah, everybody seems to be waking up a little bit. I mean, it's only taken 2 years of these fucking idiots just sitting there and going, oh, let's just accept all this. But at least they got there. But here's a bit more of Fidel Castro's. He's sending stormtroopers now. Shit's gonna get real today. They're gonna start murdering them. I'm telling you, they are going to start murdering them. I know, tolerate these people. They are his citizens. Yeah, I have RM. I was going to talk about that in a little bit. I've got a few things about that. No, they'll just release her. Once they complete the communist takeover, they'll just release Claire Goodyear. Well, better late than never, yeah, but like still, fucking hell, they should have been doing this a long time ago. Shouldn't have let it get to this state. I mean, in this country, we haven't had any restrictions since July. I mean, just earlier this week, he gave up completely. So all the vaccine people did everything. They obeyed all the rules for absolutely fucking nothing, and it's fucking great. English Twitter is great at the moment. They're like, wait, so there's no restrictions. The unvaccinated can do anything they want, the same as we can. And you're like, yeah, fuck you. We always said they would give in if you just fucking ignored them long enough. That's the entire point. I know. I think we'll probably see a lot of Biden and Putin speaking about Ukraine a lot as a cover for the mass murder of people. No, because Boris is a cunt anyway. But no, because the mainstream media are trying to get him fired for having parties during lockdown and breaking his own rules, and a lot of the NPCs give a shit about that. But I don't understand why they do, because you try and point out to them, and I was talking to this person in the pub last night, and he was like, yeah, but he was having parties in lockdown. It's like, he'd made the fucking lockdowns. Shouldn't you be angry about the lockdowns? And I'm like, yeah, but he was having parties during the lockdowns. It's like, bro, he created the lockdowns. I don't give a shit whether he's having parties. I give a shit whether he invented the lockdowns and enforced them. I think he should hang for treason for that. And he's like, yeah, but he's having parties. And you're like, oh, okay, there's no talking to you then. Like, it's like they won't listen because the mainstream media is talking about him having parties, and you're like, you're missing the bigger issues. It was the lockdowns was the crime. Lockdowns were always the crime. Yeah, there is going to be some false flag. It's going to distract from this. It's going to distract from what's going to happen in Canada. Thankfully, we've got Twitter, so we can all see what's going to happen. But there's going to be a big false flag to distract, because you can tell when something is real and not fake, like Black Lives Matter, because they fucking hate the trucker convoy. And it's like, if that was Black Lives Matter, they would be fucking sucking their dicks so hard. Yeah, cool. Yeah. The woke narrative about Russia's plan to invade. They're not. Putin doesn't give a shit. And it's like when they keep on saying, "Oh, Russia's the aggressor." It's very clear they're in their own fucking country, and it's like they're not in Ukraine. They're messing about in their own country. So by that reckoning, the United States is the aggressor in every. Well, actually, this is true anyway. But they're the aggressor in everything because they've got tanks in their own country. It's like. No, I don't know, Stone Mexican guy, because I think everyone, because there's where was it? Jordan Peterson posted something earlier. It was a front of I don't know whether it's a big national magazine, but it looked kind of official. I assume it is. Where it was saying that hold on. Fucking hell, you don't have to tweet a lot. Jesus Christ. But it was the National, I think it's got. That's it. Yeah, there we go. The National Post. Their cover for today. Here. Poll finds 53% thinks Trudeau looks weak amid protests, while 44 say he has inflamed tensions. I think this could cost him his job. Okay. Trudeau has deserved us, but truckers need to act carefully. The greatest threat to Canada is incompetence, which is directly aimed at him. It's time for unnecessary restrictions to end. Yeah. Democracy demands fairness, not pompous stonewalling. Yeah. Directly aimed at him. So, is this a big one? Because it looks kind of... I mean, Jordan Peterson is posting it as though it matters. So, I don't know. But it looks kind of like a national newspaper, and it's called National Post. So, and they're getting good traction on their on their thing. So I'm assuming this is a big newspaper, a magazine, whatever it is. Yeah. Yeah, BAF, it's correct. It's insane. It is insane how far it went in Canada with the curfew. It's fucking absolutely nuts. What's happening? It's because that guy Trudeau has got such a fucking taste of power. You can tell by the way he addresses things. It's like there's never any fault with him. And it's like a lot of like I hate Boris Johnson. I think all politicians in this country who supported the lockdown should be lined up and against the wall. But they apologize a lot in this country when they get it wrong. So, like, and you're like, okay, that's fair. Well, you don't go, that's fair. After lockdowns, you can't go, that's fair enough. It's like, no, it's still unacceptable. You still need to be in jail. But before lockdown, you were like, okay, fair enough. He's apologized. And it's like, but Trudeau won't apologize for anything at all. Well, now Twitter has fact-checked us and said he isn't. But now he's fact-checked us and said he isn't. He is. He definitely is. That's the thing. Once the fact-checkers come out... No, I live in the UK. I never complied once. I've never worn a mask. I've never bought a mask. I've never done anything like that. No one said shit. In the entire 2 years. Well, a year, because then they dropped it all and gave up. But no one ever said shit, because why would they? It's like, why? It's like, you're not getting paid enough? Oh no, sorry, one person said something and I just laughed, and then they gave up and left me. Yeah, Trudeau would do it all over again. That guy is fucking nuts. He's like that New Zealand woman. I forget her name. She's a single mother, though. I mean, I have no sympathy for New Zealand. If you elect a single mother into leading you, you get all you deserve. You do not do that, and they're reaping what happens. It's spreading all across Europe as well. The French are doing their standard thing of, and speaking of that, they've been protesting all day, every day for months. But hey, the French love it. There they are. Just beating people. Because, of course, it's an anti-mandate thing, but this is for your health. You need to get beaten for your health. It's all about your health. But where are we? I had something else where they absolutely savaged. Actually, I don't think I can show that on YouTube, because it was basically it was the French police absolutely savagely beating somebody on the floor. And I'm not too sure when I gather my thoughts and think about it. It's like I'm not too sure you can play that on YouTube, because it was quite a lot of blood. So I might not play that. But no, I can't quite believe what's going on. But yeah, exactly. You live in our way, and people especially rural ignored it all. Of course they did. No one gives a shit in reality. The only people who give a shit are fucking these fat fucking fucks, permanently online people who believe the media. Yeah, that side effects would just prove that the vax works. So yeah, proof that the vax works, does it? Yeah. Speaking of which, Let's just watch this. Speaking of how it works super well. Hold on, where did that go? Ah. Let's watch this again.
I don't mean to brag.
I know I've
I don't
made a
mean to
video about it,
brag.
but it's
I
great.
don't care, but I want you to know, double vax,
So great.
booster, flu shot, and I'm going to be honest, I have the shingle shot too.
Woo!
And I still get my period. What? Yes!
Wow.
Traveled, went to Mexico twice, did shows, meet and greets, never got COVID. Clearly, Jesus loves me the most. Seriously. So nice. Nice. I don't mean.
It will never not be one of the funniest clips of all time. It's every time I laugh. Like, it's so fucking good. Oh, and I have an update for that as well. Just bear with me. I'll find that tab. Ah, here she is talking to Dr. Drew, I think his name is.
And I did get the boost. And I did get the booster, which I had double Pfizer and Moderna booster. 3 weeks to the day of the fall. Is there anything that you've seen about time wise? Because you know, when I asked the doctors about that, they said, "Oh,
Pardon me.
okay, go ahead."
2 to 3 weeks. 2 to 3 weeks is where you see a lot of this
Really?
stuff. I have a friend that got the booster, and he got really destroyed by it. He still can't walk across the room. He's having all kinds of symptoms. There's a lot of funny stuff. We don't really know what it all is and where it's coming from, but it's still worth doing it.
Still worth doing it, you see. It's still worth doing it.
I'm not at the point where I'm saying that it's
By the way, YouTube, I think it is worth doing it, honestly.
it's still worth the risk, but it's got a lot of funny side effects, and syncope, it's called. Fainting is one of them. And
Why? What? Nobody can ever explain to you, why is that worth the risk? I'm fine as it is.
I think it's from the POTS syndrome, POTTS. And so, I was worried. What I wanted to check was to make sure you didn't have any evidence of myocarditis. When you were, that's why I wanted that, which is an inflammation.
Yes, they can be funny, but it wasn't intentional. So they've never been funny intentionally.
The heart, and it changes the way the heart muscle functions a little bit. And that's why I was red hot on that echocardiogram.
Right. Yeah, I mean,
So,
what can I do now? Yeah, I mean, I don't think I'm going to get the 4th booster though.
It only took fracturing her skull to understand being addicted to this shit is probably not wise. So she's now not getting the 4th booster. Yeah. Might totally fuck you. Might kill you. But it's worth it. Well, it's worth it for the vaccine makers. And she goes down, it's a bit boring after that, but she goes, she doesn't even know what myocarditis is, or however you say that. And it's like, you motherfucker, these fucking leftist people, they don't do no research at all into anything. And it's like, they just blindly do something because somebody told them to do it. And it's like, what the fuck? Why would you do that? Even if I wanted to do this, like, I wanted to get the vaccine, I'd still research it and look at it. It's like you wouldn't just go, oh, right, that fucking idiot on the TV just told me to do it. I'll go do it. Why? Why would you do that? But that's the level of person you're dealing with. That's the retard. That is the retardation you are dealing with. But seeing as we're on... Oh, before I actually talk about the AIDS thing, I just wanted to show you some NPC people that I found. Just let me find them. These are great. These are from the Canada. These are NPCs, real outraged. Like proper. These are like people against the convoy. These are real freaks. Like these are real Redditors.
Why
are you guys so angry? Why are they so angry? Angry fringe. Angry fringe minority. Angry fringe. Angry fringe. He ran up there and look how she's acting.
Why are they all like this? I don't get it. Why are they all like this? And here's another. There's many more of those, but I didn't want to show all of them because they're all exactly the same because they're NPCs, so they behave exactly the same. Here's one who is frightened of cars and flags.
I'm sitting in my car crying right now over the loss of more lives, and this is what is about to drive past me.
Oh my god, it's a car!
I'm like shook right now. Oh, there's another one. Another one coming. There's a parade of them. I'm shaking. What is wrong with people?
What is wrong with you?
These are human beings. These are lives. Shook. I'm fucking shook. What is enough? What is enough? What is enough? I'm sitting in my car.
What is enough? What is enough? Maybe an end to 2 years of restrictions for absolutely fucking nothing when all the studies show that it did jack shit. And it's like, maybe just stop doing that. Oh, don't know why I did that. But they really, she's willing to pierce her nose, but she's scared of cars. She's scared, frightened of cars. But no, I've enjoyed many of these. And it's like, they're so fucking stupid. And you can tell the only information they get is from the mainstream media. Because if you did one iota of research, you'd understand why they were fucking... why they were fucking angry. I mean, why wouldn't you be angry if you were being told that you're about to lose your job if you didn't get a government mandated medical procedure? Why wouldn't you be furious? I would be. I mean, and I'm not even saying whether the vaccines work or vaccines don't work. I don't fucking know. I'm not a doctor. However, I can fucking certainly tell you that being told to do something by the government, who already steals enough money off me as it is, and it's like, nah, I aren't doing any of that. I do the bare minimum for the government, so fuck off. It's like, and I don't buy into this, oh, you're helping other people. No, I'm not. I'm not helping fucking anybody, because the vaccines don't work like that. You changed the meaning of vaccines. And these vaccines probably work perfectly well, because it's probably just a modified flu shot, which has worked very well for decades, so... However, I'm coming on to this. This is unbiased, of course, but where am I here? So we've seen the NPCs. Now, I don't want to be a mean person, but I'm not being funny, but I do find things like this very funny. So this is in our country. The Sky News is like, that's owned by the same people. Oh, it used to be, but I don't think it is anymore. It's owned by, used to be owned by Fox News. So basically our Murdoch-owned Fox News type thing. But, so the health service, which is the NHS, is launching a TV campaign urging people to dial the emergency services if they're experiencing common symptoms such as sweating, uneasiness, and chest tightness. Now, those are symptoms of a heart attack. And they're not common, because having a heart attack is not common. So why would they be doing a campaign? Now, again, I'm not a conspiracy theorist. I just look at things and go, why are they doing that? And the only reason you can... What has changed in the past 2 years? Again, I'm not saying anything. You can make your own conclusions. Because I'm not going to go out and out say things, but... Because I do value this channel somewhat, but... Why is this suddenly happening? All the fucking time. Like they said, let me try and find this. They said something absolutely fucking ridiculous the other day. Yeah, here we go. So why is this constantly happening? Where's the... Hey? There's gotta be a headline there. Yeah. Can shoveling snow be dangerous for your heart? Well, technically, of course it can. Of course it fucking can. So can walking. So can moving. So can getting up off the couch. So can fucking anything. If you think about it, because it puts it puts extra stress on your heart. If you were just sat there all the fucking time, it would put no stress on your heart. Yeah, BAF, you're not the only one who notices their freaky eyes. They do just repeat what they've heard. It's fucking weird. Like when I read that study a couple of years ago, where it was where they said a third of people have no inner monologue. It was like, that can't be fucking true. And then you see all these people during lockdown. And it's like, oh, it is true. It's totally fucking true. It's absolutely totally fucking true. Anything's bad, like, for you if you don't ever get exercise. But why are all these things happening now? Why are they like suddenly? I mean, I don't want to say it out loud because again, that would be classed as misinformation by YouTube. But like, what country is pushing these messages? All of them. That's our Sky News. Sky News. They have a Sky News in Australia, but they also have Sky News in England. Sky News is one of our main news channels. And when they're saying the health service, they're talking about the NHS. It says it here. So, no, everywhere is pushing it. Everywhere is fucking pushing it. Every single place. And I actually, like, what is causing it? What has happened in the past 2 years that has caused this? Because I don't care what anybody says. There were never any articles about stupid, dumb shit causing heart attacks. Ever. What? Wilmot? Rogan got removed from USC 271. Did he? To be honest, Rogan, well, if that's true, then fuck him. I don't care. He's a bitch. He bent the knee, and he was like... And did you hear his response? Did you hear his fucking thing? He's like... Rogan, he made it worse by apologizing because he made it real racist. You know, like when I listened to that Instagram apology, it's like, yeah, that's racist. I didn't think it was racist before, but now you've apologized. Now it's super racist. What a fucking idiot you are. Like, oh, well, fuck him. Spotify should just fucking chuck him off the platform. I don't care. He keeps apologizing. It's like, stop apologizing. Who fucking cares? Don't bow down to the mob. Keeps apologizing. Now he's got... Yeah, he apologized, and then he made it sound racist. Because I watched that. If he'd have just left it, I would have watched that compilation of him saying the N-word. And then it would be like, oh, okay, so he said it a few times, but then I also saw a compilation of Anna and Senk from the Young Turks saying it loads. Like, oh yeah, they've said it as well. I'm sure it's out of context. And then he did that video where it's like, okay, that is quite racist, actually, Joe. And yeah, like, okay, that is that you made that sound super racist. Even though he was like, but it's not a racist story. And it's like, well, that is a racist story. You've made it racist. Like, really quite racist. And like, okay. Like, but he keeps apologizing. Well, they just want to be loved, don't they? It's like, it's not with Joe Rogan, it's not the big muscle guys. He just, all of these fucking people, when they're in the spotlight, they just want to be loved by everybody. But they're not gonna, it's like the same with Trump. He kept on doing stuff. Like, did press conferences with the press every day, denounced white supremacy whenever they told him to. And it's like, stop doing it. They're never gonna like you, so why are you even bothering to make them try and make them? They fucking hate you and they want you dead. So just fucking leave it. And it's like, but they won't. These people want to be loved by everybody. That's the problem with them. So they'll keep on apologizing. Joe Rogan, I mean, he's got so much money, it doesn't fucking matter. But that's like what he actually wants is to be loved, universally loved now. But he's not going to be because the fucking half of the people hate him. Because they've been ordered to hate him. No, stop doing that, Emmy. I'm going to have to time you out. I'm responsible for this chat. I've read the rules. It's funny. You know, like, I've read the rules of YouTube and I'm responsible for all my chats and I can get my channel banned because of that. But no, all of these fucking idiots. But that brings us on to the other bit, which is vaccination rates in the Netherlands are skyrocketing. Vaccination turnout in the Netherlands rises to 90%. Netherlands announces plan to give people up to 6 doses of COVID vaccine. 6. And scientists discover highly virulent VB variant of HIV in the Netherlands. Now, I don't think he is a lefty, Miss Sweetie. I don't. He's like just. I think most people quite like Bernie if he wasn't a fucking idiot. You want a hypocrite? Because I kind of thought he was funny. I like the memes about him. Like, I am once again asking for money as a communist. But no, the thing is, I like Bernie Sanders because until he fucking. Because he appeared to be a politician that actually gave his shit. Like, the only one. And then he's sort of bitching out when they scammed him out of the primaries. And then just his general bitching out now. But, like, Bernie... I think most people liked Bernie Sanders during that run. Because he sounds, even if you disagree with him, he sounds as though he means it. And that's rare. And it's like, even Trump liked him. Even Trump wanted to run against him. Because he knew it would be a decent competition. Because he means what he said. He meant it. Yeah, Trump. He never ever renounced white supremacy. Apart from they made him do it every day, and if I mean, they fucking bullied him every day to do it. And it's like, why don't you just stop doing it? They're never going to like you. Yeah, that was it. That was game over for him. Bernie being bullied off the stage by 2 black women. That was, yeah, it was funny. But that was it. That was game over. But I didn't agree with anything he said, but I thought he meant it. He sounded as though he meant it, Bernie Sanders. And it's like, okay, that's fair enough. It's like why I quite like AOC. She's retarded. I mean, she's pretty hot as well, so she's good to watch. But, like, she's completely retarded, but she means what she says. So I like her for that, because you're like, oh, bless. She's a total fucking idiot. But she believes what she says. Like, and I'm pretty certain you could fucking bang her hard. If you banged her hard enough, you could turn her into the best conservative ever. But anyway, so these totally coincidental posts. I don't know why somebody has put these together. But let's move on to this. Oh. This is from a now suspended account because they posted this.
Really wanted for Christmas was a local vaccine, but
the University of Queensland vaccine will not be able to proceed.
50 million planned doses scrapped after triggering false positive results for HIV.
As in
false
science,
positive.
Things don't always go right. It's certainly a tough day for the team.
The UQ vaccine applied a molecular clamp closing the coronavirus spikes using an HIV protein, which falsely...
See, this is how they do it. They tell you shit that makes you feel intelligent when you watch it. Like, oh yeah, I kind of get that, even though it's like, that's not how it works at all. But like, I'm not saying I know how it works either. It's like I know that is a gross oversimplification of it, but it makes you feel smart that you kind of understand what they're talking about. So this is how they get the NPCs.
Triggered infection markers.
Everybody who had the vaccine did show some level of false positive result.
One of them, Mel Stott.
I can totally understand where they're coming from, but I still have no concerns about my health or anybody else's health.
Why?
The vaccine was proving effective in trials and the participants were at no risk, but...
The risk to vaccine confidence was the principal issue here.
Vaccine expert Professor Nikolai Petrovsky said...
Anyway, that's enough, because I think that's medical misinformation, but, I don't know. But look, that's suspended. Well, look, they're saying this. I mean, this is a lie. There were no doses. This was early in development and the vaccine never went into production. It was canned. It's actually on fucking television, though. It's like, it doesn't appear to be a lie. But, and then we go to the other bits. Oh, where am I? There's so many fucking tabs because too much stupid shit is happening constantly. But here. Now, in the UK, something weird is happening. They are pretending that this is normal. Why everyone should get an HIV test. It's like, go and get a test for HIV after revealing hopes of carrying on. Now, I've been with my partner for, fuck knows. Fuck knows, actually. 3-4 years. Why would I need to? Unless she's a whore. Well, hold on. She might be. So, why is this being... The Duke described himself as a typical guy. Well, who gets pegged by fucking Meghan Markle. I don't think that's that normal. Well, he feels an obligation to try and continue Diana's bid to remove stigma surrounding the illness. Well, there should be a stigma for that. Because it's fucking gross. Normalizing HIV. Yeah, none of us need to fucking get it. It's a primarily spread between gay people. And that's not mean it's fucking generally spread through that means. Every single one of us has he's speaking from California as well. Every single one of us has a duty, or at least an opportunity, to get tested ourselves to make it easier for everybody else to get tested. He is speaking from a state in America where you can give somebody AIDS if you feel like it, and it's not a crime. California has that law where you can just go, I'm gonna fucking fuck this woman. I've got AIDS, but I'm not going to tell her. And then when I finish fucking her, oh, by the way, you've got AIDS now, bitch. Now, something is going on here because they are pushing. They are really pushing everybody get an AIDS test. And it's like, why? Why? Again, I don't want to jump to any conclusions because, I mean, logic and common sense, that's fucking some sort of racism nowadays, isn't it? I mean, you shouldn't do any of that. Nobody should do any of that. Nobody should ever use any common sense. You should just believe your betters. Oh, I saw this woman as well. Like, this is sort of unrelated, but I forgot about this. This is a CNN analyst saying the Convoy protest, applauded by the right-wing media as a freedom protest, well, it is an economic and security issue now. And she went on and said, slash their tires in another tweet. But they all look like this, don't they? Slash the tires, empty gas tanks, arrest the drivers, and move the trucks. What if it was Black Lives Matter, though? What if it was Black Lives Matter protest? So I've said this from the start of the convoy. It's like they are not burning and killing enough people. But here we go. This is one of the reasons why I love AOC. And I think she's been fairly quiet through this. Or has she? Let's see if we can put her in there. I'm just going to look through. No, she's really being quiet. Oh, maybe she supports it. I'm just looking through her timeline here. I'm just seeing if, like, no, she's not mentioning the truckers' convoy at all. Okay, she's going up in my estimation. Yeah. So this is the thing that, like, if you want to really piss somebody off, a leftist off, just quote this in a tweet to them. The whole point of protesting is to make people uncomfortable. Activists take that discomfort with the status quo and advocate for concrete policy changes. Popular support often starts small and grows. To folks who complain, protest demands make others uncomfortable. That's the point. And she's fucking correct. And I'm just going through all of her shit here. She has not made a tweet denouncing the truckers' convoy. Okay, right, okay. I like her as a comedy character, but she's gone supremely way up in my estimation here. She hasn't said anything about it. So she obviously Oh, okay, right. I am a big AOC fan because she's got great tits, but I'm also a bigger fan now because that's pretty cool. She has left that subject alone. Obviously, she's on the left, so she can't actually come out in support of them, but she has not slagged them off in any way. Yeah, that could be the reason, BAF. Could be. But she's been pretty active on her Twitter. She's tweeted. It's not like she's tweeting not regularly, and she's doing the same stuff. I swear to God, if you just fucked her hard enough, you could turn her into a conservative. That's all she needs, because her fucking boyfriend is like the biggest cuck you've ever seen in your life. Well, I just need to go turn my heating off because it's fucking boiling in here. So just watch this. This is the Boston mayor, Michelle Wu. She did a live stream, and she didn't quite expect it to turn out like this, judging by her face. Just watch her face and read the comments.
Oh, so she's unable to join. Okay. In the meantime, I will try to just fill time by answering any questions anyone has. I see a lot of friends who have different. Oh, Happy New Year! Yes, Year of the Tiger. Very, very cute tiger emoji. Okay, I mean we're checking with the Congresswoman's team, and if it comes down to it, I will log out and log back in. Trouble connecting with each other. What's my favorite thing about Boston winter? I love snow. I know.
Yeah, that didn't go quite the way she expected to, did she? Did it even? Yeah. No, they live outside such a bubble where they actually think they're popular, and it's like they're not. I know, very cute tiger monkey. Like, oh no. Because it was the only one that was vaguely positive. Like, you know. Let's see. I am surprised about AOC. I wish she was on our side. I think she will do once she gets older, but then I won't care about her because then she won't be hot. I only care about her because she's pretty hot. Come on. There doesn't seem to be anything going on. Let's have a look at Freedom Convoy. Oh, they've removed that from. Let's have a look at Freedom Convoy and see what's going on. Freedom Convoy. Okay, we've got Andy No here. He's posted here. Another leftist, of course. They're not Nazis, though, or fascists. Canadian leftist activist Rob Gill, a failed city council candidate, is calling for the Freedom Convoy to be killed. Gill has encouraged suicide on Twitter and even posted the address of the parents of the target. Remove them now. Use lethal force. What the fuck is wrong with these people? Oh, holy shit. Finland's got a freedom convoy. Finland's fucking tiny as well. Finland doesn't really have many people in it at all. So, the thing that we've never seen, this is the overreach of the world that we've never seen before. Like, people rise up like this. Because, what the fuck are these people? I don't understand why they were trying to do it anyway. It just doesn't seem to make... My only thing is, like... Oh, wow, that's pretty big. Only thing is my theory is the economy is about to collapse in a fucking sensational way, and they're using these lockdowns and stuff as an excuse to collapse. Well, to let it collapse, but it all backfired. Because they're not very competent. That's my theory of it. Because there was no reason to lock down the world because it was a fucking retarded idea from game one. Anybody who fucking understands how air works understands that lockdowns were a stupid idea. And apparently 50% of people don't even understand how air works. What videos have we got? Have we got any more Canadian ones? Here's a counter protest. I don't see a Miles Chong, but fuck it.
People united! The people united! What do we do when our community is under attack?
There's about 5 of them. This is a counter protest. There's about 2 or 3 of them. This is as high energy as I would expect drinkers of soy to be. Wow. Oh, wow. Can I join their cause? I'm even going to look more gay than any of these people. Masks outdoors. Just so gay. Peaceful protest. Yeah. They've drank so much soy, they can't even fucking chant in unison. What? But the freedom. Why are they chanting for freedom? They're the ones they're against freedom. It's a counter protest against freedom. What are they fucking talking about? I stand with a 90%. So why is your protest about 100% smaller than the other one? The one that is a fringe minority. Why are you the fringe minority, but you pretend you're the majority? This is so... The fascist police? The fascist police? The police are about to go in there and kill them, and you're going to cheer it. What the fuck? They don't even know what they're protesting about. So I'm sorry about that, but you're all gay now for watching that. So sorry about that. You'll need boyfriends now. But it had to be done. But yeah, that is a fringe minority of people with unacceptable views. Yeah, they have an awesome rock band and like parties and that, and everything looks great. And then these, I nearly said F slurs. I nearly said the word. These F slurs, and they are the F. Oh, look at this guy. Look at this guy with his fucking. Can we zoom back a bit? No. Here he is. Oh, I nearly got him. Here he is. Look. And it's fucking... He's a bright, multicolored man. There is nothing gayer than seeing a man with a mask that he has bought with money, rather than being forced to wear. I mean, luckily, I've never been forced to wear a mask, but I do get that some people... Like some people, especially at certain jobs and stuff like that, they have been forced. Yeah, it's all racist. These people use band-aids and tissues and dildos. All the men use dildos prolifically. It's all very homosexual. I do not approve. Not there's anything wrong with being gay. Apart from when you protest freedom. I don't want to show this. This makes me angry. The little where they fucking bully the little short guy. That's fucking out of order. Mackenzie Gray and the other fucking CTV people, they're all seething. Here we go, and we've seen what the soys of the Nazi Party are doing. Like, oh no, Trudeau, he's great. He should kill everybody. And now this is what's going on at the actual protest. Oh wow, it's like the majority support them or something, isn't it? Oh, all those soy boys will be pedophiles. Look, I've been on Reddit long enough to know that all leftists are pedophiles. They will argue the age of consent with you no matter what. I don't care what anybody says. Like, they're all up to no good. Because they see being on the left as an excuse to be up to no good. Now, I do not classify myself as a right-wing person at all. I think a lot of the things that a right-wing does is completely retarded. Like, they get outraged over stupid, dumb shit. Like, and it's like, okay. Like, they all got outraged about that mouse book being banned, didn't they? And it's like, well... it's only a book and it's a fucking cartoon book, so it's probably not the most realistic depiction of the Holocaust. It's probably a work of fiction, so it didn't get banned either. But they all got real outraged about that and then made it a bestseller. And you're like, you're getting outraged about the wrong thing, buddy. You're focusing on the wrong things. Yeah, well, this is all the violence and racism that you're seeing. Yeah, I know, that's a fucking old car. That is an old fucking car. Has this guy got any more good seeds for us? Quite a loud celebratory crowd. Ah, here we go. Let's watch this. Let's see the fucking big counter protest. Why can't I do it there? Oh wow, it's so big. It's so huge. Do you think they got told to sort of like, right, space out, guys? There's barely any of us. So space out so it looks kind of big. It's so fucking small. Yeah, where did that money go, eh? That woman can't even carry that fucking poster properly. Well, sorry, I just made you catch gate twice there. Sorry about that. Yeah. Divide and rule. The only thing is that the trucker convoy is real. That's why they hate it, because that's why they hated the January 6th protest. That's why they hate this. That's why they hated all the in my country. That's why they hated all the anti-vaccine, anti-mandate, anti-restriction rallies, and they called us all racist. But they fucking listened to us in this country because there was so many of us. Because there was over 1 million of us that went down to London and blocked off half of London. And it's like, okay, we probably should drop all these. And they did. So fair play to them for that. But that's why they hate these things. That's why the media goes on and says, oh, this This is millions. These are millions. This is huge. The rest of them are just racist, little racist fascists. And it's like, they're not. And by the way, they're the truckers. And they're the ones who deliver you all your food and all your fucking Amazon shit that you buy needlessly. It's like, so you probably should respect them, because you might worship the doctors and nurses, but the chances of you needing a doctor or a nurse, one, the nurse is going to be doing TikTok videos anyway, so she'll fucking let you die anyway. But you're never going to need to go to hospital, but you need truck drivers every single fucking day, because if you didn't have truck drivers, you wouldn't be alive. But these fucking people obey the divide and conquer. The truckers' convoy is real. That's a real protest, and you can always tell, because they hate them. Yeah, they don't want real. They want the fake shit like Black Lives Matter. That's why they liked all the protests, because they were told to like it. Even though when you showed them, and I show people on my phone, it's like that David Dawn video of them murdering David Dawn. And I showed somebody that, and they were like, and I was like, that's Black Lives Matter protest. And like, they just murdered him in cold blood. And they're like, yeah, but it's for a good cause. And it's like, you've just watched a fucking guy get murdered, and you think it's for a good cause. And you're like, yeah, but the cause is sound. And you're like, This is why I don't like speaking to people in the real world anymore, because they won't turn the TV off. And they refuse to believe that the TV is lying. And you're like, you can tell they're lying. It's like, half of the shit they've said has been wrong. And it's like, I've been explaining to them about COVID, and they've called me a conspiracy theorist, and you come back in a year, and you're like, I was right about all of it. And when they were talking about that, there was somebody the other day who was like, oh, you were right about that, weren't you? And I was like, yeah. And it's like, it didn't take a fucking rocket science to work out half of this shit. And they're like, oh, right, yeah. And then this next second, they're fucking talking about something in the news where it's like, why won't you stop believing the television, even though you know they're lying? Every fucking black person I know hates Black Lives Matter. And I know a lot of black people, because I used to live in London. I used to run a bar in London where I primarily served Jamaicans. And they fucking hate them. And it's like, because it's fake. They know it's fake. Because black people, a lot of people are genuinely racist and don't like black people. But like black people, I'll tell you one thing. They're the most base people you will... The most base people you will ever meet. They fucking hate gay people. They fucking hate all of these. They hate anybody. If they're not, it's like they understand common sense as well. The funniest thing is the Black Trans Lives Matter. It's like, if you even knew, like, all these white liberals who put these placards of Black Trans Lives Matter, fucking black people fucking despise trans people as a general rule. But it's all these white fat women. It's all white fat women. They don't understand how anything works. Because you talk to a black man and ask him about Black Lives Matter, and he will go, right, yeah, I'm not a victim. Because they're not victims. And he's like, I don't want to be a victim, thank you. But you can't tell them because they're programmed. Which is sad. Well, I don't know. Yeah, because what are they going to do? What else are they going to do? This is the way their life is, I suppose. Oh, just let me read this. I might go a bit quiet here. I'm just because there was a story that I couldn't quite. I'm going to guard this for now. My way of referencing first. We're making. Okay. Just bear with me a second. I'm just trying to... Okay, so this seems okay, but like... Right, okay. So there's been... Right, there's this guy who I was saying is deceiving. Now, this guy is lying quite heavily here. Like here. Look, he's... He filmed something and he made a statement. He says, protesters have ripped down the barriers to step up at the war memorial. They were up because people were using the memorial as a toilet and jumping on the tomb of the unknown soldier. Okay, so that's not true. And then he posts this as evidence. And this is how they lie to you. Now, did you see any of the evidence of what he was saying? Because I didn't. So now, let's have a look at what actually happened. Where are we? So here we go. This is what actually happened. Let's have a look. A veteran evicts CBC reporters from the war memorial because they're talking shit. Because I think that guy who I just showed the tweet from, I think he's a CBC or CTV, one of those fucking F-slurs. From the war memorial, it's been covered and blockaded for a week. After the CBC leaves, he continues cleaning it. So here he is. This is what actually happened.
Where are you from? Where are you from? Get the fuck out of here. Just so you know, I want nothing to talk to you, propagandist scumbag. You're a propagandist scumbag. You're a propagandist scumbag. Get out of here. Get out of here. You're just as responsible for all this garbage as they are. Now leave, bud. Leave. I don't want to listen to anything you say. Quite obviously, move. You fucking embarrassment. How do you sleep at night, bud? You sleep really good or what? Don't worry, we're gonna come defund you next. Who are they with? Fucking CBC. Just so you know. Fucking know everything you got to say, you bastard. Yes. Hang on, buddy. You're allowed to say that. That's crazy. Right, let your tax money work, everybody. Thanks, bud.
Does that look like pissing and dancing on graves? I don't think it does. Of course, blue check mark, yeah. Blue check mark with about the same interaction as somebody with 1,000 followers. Like they all do. But there you go. That's them being caught in lies immediately. But they can't stop lying. I do wonder, do they sleep at night? How well do they sleep at night? Because I mean, I couldn't. It's not that I really give a shit about lying or anything like that. It's like, what they're doing is so fucking weird. It'd be sort of like, I'd just be worried. I'm not particularly religious either. It's like, no, I wouldn't be worried about going to hell. It'd be like, nah, what am I doing is odd. Why am I doing this? Like, but it's just endless lying. That's all they do. There's a couple of other things. And there we go. There's a counter protest. There's a counter protest next to the real protest. Oh no. There's maybe 50 people, and then there's 2, 4, maybe There's 50 people in the front row alone there. So I hope they're not going to fucking kill anybody, but I suspect they're going to kill people tonight. I hope I'm wrong, but I don't think I'm going to be. Sadly. Let's see if there's anything new. Oh yeah, let's have a look then. Yeah, here's a march to City Hall. Here's... Oh. Here's an actual protest. Oh, hold on. Let me just see if that's... Oh, that's the wrong one. Where's the other one? Hey, what the fuck is wrong with Twitter? Where did that go? By the way, this is all about your health. This is in France. Look. Of course, that's a normal thing to do, isn't it? Totally normal thing to do. Like, just fucking trip him up and start beating him. Of course. Why didn't I think of that? Yeah, that is true. It's like a lot of people are rejecting people for YouTube, rejecting the TV for YouTube. Hopefully, it continues because YouTube. But I think there's going to be some sort of cull in YouTube where they're going to. I mean, they did it a few years ago when all the Fox News and CNN started complaining that they had got no views. Because if you remember, 2 or 3 years ago, Fox News and CNN's YouTube channels were laughable. They got like 5,000-6,000 views a video, and now they complained about it, and then suddenly they were always on the trending page, and then now they get millions of views, and they kind of cut everybody else off by the balls. Because nobody wants their lies. Oh, Bob Saget's trending. Oh yeah, Bob Saget died from a severe traumatic brain injury. We also know that that woman comedian fell over because of her... I don't know why she fell over. But she fractured her skull, didn't she? Oh. I'm on Odyssey. I'm not going to Rumble. That's a Canadian company. They're fucking... That's a honeypot, that Rumble. They're a Canadian company who uses AWS servers. There's something... that's not a real company. Yeah, Susan is not doing a good job, I have to say. so much pointless shit on YouTube. Like, the updates they give you, and you're like, all of this is fucking stupid. All I want you to do, and it's like, they gave me a survey the other day, and it's like, rate us and tell us how we, and it's like, every single time it's put very dissatisfied, and then they're like, you've said you were very dissatisfied. Why is that? And it's like, look, the one thing, I don't care, because on the back end of YouTube, I'll show you here, the back end of YouTube is retarded. Right? They've got this news thing where she gives you a letter to the YouTube community and she shares creator stories, and it's all fucking stupid. And it's like, and then it's like, ideas for you, make money with ads, want to earn revenue with ads, learn more about the process, different ad formats. And it's like, okay, I'll learn that. So I had to look at that, and it's like, oh, right, okay, so that doesn't do anything. Right, so let's have a look here. And then you go to monetization, limited. And then you can't fucking tell me. The one thing I want of it's just my question, it was a 20-question interview thing. Every question I answered was very dissatisfied, and I answered the same thing. Tell me exactly why a video is demonetized. That's all I want to know. I don't give a shit about anything else. All I want to know is exactly why you demonetized it. Because you demonetized it. So you know exactly why it's demonetized. Tell me why, and then I'll change it so it can be monetized. But they won't do it. And it's like, so you have to guess and go, I don't really know why this has been demonetized. Like, I tried different stuff with it, and it's like, and look, this fucking makes no sense. All of this has no swearing in it, as far as I know. This doesn't have any, this has barely any swearing in it. And this, I turned that off because it's fucking, they don't like Hunter Biden, so I just turned it off. And I turned that off because they don't like fucking stuff like that. And this is just slagging off women. I don't know whether that's illegal or not. It's not. But this, okay, but the one thing that I have had fully monetized is this one, and I didn't even have to ask for a review or anything. It is me for 2 minutes and 48 seconds completely shitting on trans people, and it's like, that's the one thing where it should have been completely rejected. Yeah, I don't know why they demonetized me. Because it doesn't make any fucking sense. Because, like I kind of understand. It's like, because this is the one video that I've had, because I had to send a request for a human to read that one, and that one, and that one. This one, within 2 hours, they turned monetization off on for me. So, they approve of me completely shitting on trans people for 2 minutes and 48 seconds. So this made me at a loss, because all my preconception theories were like, oh, it's thrown out the window. Because they like this video. Why do they like that video? That's one of my worst videos. That's where I'm being extremely intolerant. And it's like I don't get it. Like, that's one of the, all of the rest of them are significantly less worse than this, because I'm maybe the algorithm didn't pick up on sarcasm or something, but it does on all the other fucking ones. Oh yeah, she paid herself for her own award. Yeah, that was pretty fucking weird, wasn't it? Yeah, it is a classic abusive relationship. Because I don't mind being demonetized if they tell me exactly why. Because I don't understand. Because I tried not swearing. I know the word rape gets you demonetized. I figured that out because I watched true crime videos quite a bit, and they've said they've said a lot. If you say rape or sexual assault, they'll demonetize your video. That's why a lot of them say SA, and stuff if you watch a true crime video nowadays. But again, they have had to figure that out by themselves. But why not just tell us? I don't understand why they won't tell us. It makes no fucking sense. But it doesn't matter anyway because they're fucking demonetized me anyway. Because look at that. Look at that. Over fucking last 28 days. That's how much I've made. You know, it doesn't make any money. How are these people making any fucking money? Like, you make literal pennies. It's fucking weird. I don't think they like channels like this at all. I really don't think they like them at all. I think they want you to be a fucking little weird NPC and talk about retro games. And don't get me wrong, I love all those retro game channels. I love fucking talking about them and watching those videos, but I don't want to make them. I don't care enough. I like watching them. I like. You mean alt tech? Do you mean like Odyssey? Let's have a look. What's going? I want to see if there's more Freedom Convoy stuff, but I don't think there is. I think they're fagging out. Oh, sorry, they're F-slaring out. Oh yeah, I do need to sell buckets of food, don't I? He wouldn't even let Metica do that because Metica's had his fucking. He's had his clothes store banned now, hasn't he? Yeah, I'm on Subscribestar now. I'm gonna make some videos on there. I'm not too sure what to make because I'm not too sure what I can do, but I know they're a free speech place, but I still slightly I want to make a video about the pandemic, but again, I know that YouTube bans people from stuff they do off platform as well. So I don't know. It's like I don't know. Like holy shit though. This is Australia's protest. I didn't realise. This is fucking enormous.
This is insane. And then you'll be able to like,
That is fucking enormous. It looks like Australia really has woken up. No, I don't think I share that on Twitter. Oh, that's pretty cool. Yeah, I don't mind sticks. Oh, cheers, BF. Thank you very much. I don't mind sticks. I think he's a bit full of himself sometimes, but it makes a lot of sense. But he also lives in Holland, doesn't he? So I don't know. Yeah, just another tiny fringe minority. With unacceptable views. All of these unacceptable views, people. They sure do seem to be most of the fucking people, don't they? The electric vehicles aren't happening for a long time. Because they're like, oh, it's the future and all these... All you have to do is look at the real ones that aren't the car manufacturers that aren't struggling. You look at General Motors, they're like, oh, we're going all in on EVs. Look at Ford, oh, we're all going in on EVs. Look at Mercedes, oh, we're going all in. Volkswagen, and then you look at Toyota and Honda, and they're going, yeah, we're not, we'll make electric vehicles, but are we going all in on them? And it's like, we're going to carry on making petrol cars for a while, or gasoline as it is in America. And it's like we're not. The real car manufacturers that actually mean business and aren't shit are going, yeah. Because I'll tell you one thing, it's like Toyota is doing one thing and they say, and they're researching solid state batteries, which is the future of electric vehicles. But that's they said they'll be ready by 2030. And that'll still be a beta. But fucking an electric vehicles will never catch on until you can charge them to 100% from 0 to 100% in 5 minutes. Yeah, Sticks, he is a little hyperbolic. I remember he had a falling out with Mesh, because that Mesh from Revenge of the Sith, that fucking retard, and he called him a pedophile, and he went on a show and said he was Sticks made it weird by sort of basically going, he's a huge deal. And then after that, it was like, I'll listen to some of your videos, but you didn't need to do any of that. No, EVs aren't. If you can get solid state batteries, then you can't. They are the future. But I think that's a long way away, because that's a fucking task and a half. Lithium is not. And they pollute anyway. They're all pollution. Well, let's look at this. Yeah, that was fucking hilarious. That was absolutely hilarious, him singing Happy Birthday. But he was kind of unbearable at that point. And it was sort of like there's no need to sort of be that unbearable. Yeah, the porcelain interview. I can't wait for that documentary because I fucking hate Mesh. Because he's so retarded. Such a retarded F-slayer. Peace, what? On what? Here's another one. Here's another soy sieving. To cross any bridge from Gatineau to Ottawa right now is over 1 hour and 35-minute wait. Cars stopped in long lines because of protesters. It's usually a 5-minute drive. Everything cut off. Third weekend in a row. People seriously unhappy with 2 cities shut down. Well. Maybe there shouldn't be COVID restrictions. Maybe. Well, I think that's me done for the day. I'm going to go to bed now. But hopefully I'm wrong and they're not going to start killing people. But I don't know. It sure does look like it. But good luck to anybody who is in Canada. Good fucking luck. I hope everything works out. We might do another stream tomorrow. Unless there's something happens where I make a video. Because I found out that, like, if you make a video and then do a live stream, you totally fuck your channel. If you make a video the same day and then do a live stream the next day, everything, all the analytics go to shit. And YouTube thinks that you're fucking up, and I don't know. Everything just went extreme. I did that once, and everything just went extremely weird for a week. But take it easy, everybody. Yeah, yeah. That was a great response because it's true. It's like it sucks, doesn't it? It's like they're forgetting. It's like I know all of these remote workers, like because you speak to them on Twitter sometimes, where like, oh, it's been great for me. The lockdowns have been great because I could just my company decided that remote working was the way forward, and it's like, and me personally, who had a business, and it was like, well, that's great for you, isn't it, buddy? But yeah, they closed my business down, so I had no fucking money for 2 years. And it's great, but so long as you could sit in your boxes and watch Netflix while answering emails, fucking brilliant. Brilliant. But that's what you're dealing with these fucking retards. But anyway, good night, everybody.